folks, welcome to our last day of Vlogmas 2018. It has been a wild ride. We have laughed, we've cried, we have cooked, and we've sung a little bit as well. Today we are testing out 8 different chocolate bars that are lower carb, and we're going to find out which one's the best, in my opinion. For our last day of Vlogmas, we were back in front of the little Christmas corner, and I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this little series. It was a lot of work, doing it mostly every day for the past week and a half or so. But now it's time for the holidays. Christmas is here, so yeah, I'm ready to celebrate with family, and I hope that you guys are too, and I hope that you have a great holiday season and a happy new year. But I will be back to see you guys by the end of the year, so make sure you check out my new videos. Alright, enough sentimentals, let's go ahead and get started. Today we're testing out these different chocolate bars, and I just found these at my local grocery stores. Most of them came from Walmart or Target, and then a couple of them came from Publix. So you should be able to find them in a store near you. We've got a 90% Lindt chocolate bar, an 86% Ghirardelli chocolate bar, which those two are the ones that I always get. They're like my staples that I keep in my cabinet at home. We have an endangered species 88% chocolate bar, Green and Black's 85%, Dagoba, which I'd never heard of, 84% chocolate bar, but this one might not be available anymore because it was on clearance, so I don't know if they're discontinuing it. A Theo 85% chocolate bar. And then I had to go to Publix to find some Lily's. I always hear people in the keto community talk about Lily's chocolate bars, and I did look. They are made with stevia, and so we're gonna look at these too. I've got my favorite palate cleanser. I could have bought some ginger, but I didn't want to, and I already had this lying around. So, palate cleanser ready to go. Now for this video, I'm sticking to very dark chocolates. I tried to stay in the mid 80s to 90s range, but the Lily's ones are a little bit lower cocoa content. They came out to 55% cocoa, but they also use that stevia, which helps out with the carb count. Now to kind of organize this video, I figured we would start with the lowest price chocolate bars and then move our way up to the most expensive. I also had to go through and calculate all of the math to figure out the calories and carbs and the price per ounce for all of these based on a serving that I'm used to. So usually I'll eat like a 90% Lindt or an 86% Ghirardelli chocolate bar. So I measured out one square, it's 12 grams. So we're gonna compare this square of Ghirardelli 86% to all the others. So we're using a 12-gram measurement. So the cheapest chocolate bar that we're gonna start out with is the Lindt 90%. This is what I started out my keto journey with as a sweet treat. This bar is 3.5 ounces. The whole bar was $1.98, and per ounce it came out to 57 cents. And for this whole video, I'm doing net carbs, but I'm not subtracting sugar alcohols, only the fiber, just because that's how I do it. But you can also subtract those. I think other people do that on keto. So like I said, I've just been eating this for like the past 3 years, how long have I been on keto? A while. So let's go ahead and get started. Just so you know, I'm kind of ruining my day's like goal here, trying out all this chocolate for you guys, but it's okay. I'm enjoying it. So I'm very used to this. It's a very smooth chocolate. It's not very sugary at all. It's one of the darker chocolates in this whole list that we have today. This is the only 90%. I have an 88%. So it's gonna be like the least sweet, the most bitter, but it's not really bitter. I do like this. The only thing about these Lindt chocolate bars, when you go to the store and you buy them, sometimes you'll get one that's fine. This one's fine. Sometimes you'll get one and they're dried out, and that happens at like 50% of the time. And so it'll be like crunchier and it'll be like a little bit faded. I don't know. This one's fine, but just keep that in mind. But it is one of the cheaper options. Moving on to our second least expensive chocolate bar is the Ghirardelli 86%. This bar is 3.17 ounces. So per bar, this comes out to $2.39 in my area, and that came out to about 75 cents per ounce. Now, between the Lindt and this, I definitely prefer this. It's a little bit smoother, a little bit sweeter, but then again, you have a little bit of that higher carb and higher calorie count. Oh yeah, I mean, there's no comparison. The Lindt is a lot more bitter. It's still good, but this is just sweeter to the tongue and to taste. I mean, I prefer this one. It's more of a treat. Usually I get the Lindt, but when I really want to, I get that Ghirardelli because it's so good and it's one of my favorites. So as a visual for this video, I'm going to kind of stack these based on what I like the most goes on top, and definitely the Ghirardelli just tastes better and it doesn't have that much more carbs. So definitely Ghirardelli's on top. Okay, time for a palate cleanse. Middle of the day on teacher break. Okay, our next least expensive chocolate bar that I could find was the Endangered Species 88%. This was about $2.48 per bar, and that includes 3 ounces, which came out to about 83 cents per ounce. Now these ones are all new. I've never tried these before, so I'm a little excited, but also I'm like kind of starting a little stack of chocolate that I don't want to eat because I don't want to, you know, ruin my diet for the day and go over on carbs. So I'm taking very small bites, but don't worry, it's dark chocolate, so it's very satisfying. Okay, so this is what the bar looks like, and I'm just gonna nibble off one of the squares. Okay, this bar's a lot thicker than the Ghirardelli or the Lindt, if you can notice there. Ooh, that's a little bit different. I've not had this taste in a long time. That is very good. I mean, all of these have their own distinctive tastes. I know right away when I eat that Ghirardelli, and I know right away when I eat that Lindt, but this has just something totally different that I'm not used to because I have never tried this. And really, the only chocolate I eat are those chocolate bars. It is very velvety dark chocolate. Ooh, that's very good. And I like that it's thick because you get more of that crunch in your bite. It reminds me almost of like chocolate ice cream a little bit. It's not like a chocolate bar. It's more like that flavor that you get, the aftertaste of like eating a bowl of chocolate ice cream. Very good. Would recommend. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it on top of the Ghirardelli. So we're just kind of going in order. So right now, Endangered Species is on top. These things never want to stay. You ladies know what I'm talking about. Okay, our next bar is the Dagoba 84%. And like I said, this one I found on clearance, so I don't even know if they're making it anymore or if they're discontinuing it, but I figured, hey, it's a higher percent dark chocolate. Let's try it out for this video. So the price per bar was $2.54, and that came out to about 90 cents per ounce. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this chocolate. Okay, I go through about 2 bars a week of like my Ghirardelli or my Lindt, and I've got 8 bars that are open now, so I don't know. Ooh, these have like a fun design on them. Spilling chocolate everywhere. It broke, but that's a pretty nice little design on the chocolate. Okay, well I'll just go from the broken end. No, there's something, it tastes very sugary. Like there's no trying to cover up that it is a sugary bar, even though it's 84%. It's like a very sugary taste that I haven't had in a while. I'm wondering what that taste is. I don't see very much. It's only got a few ingredients. Organic dark chocolate, cane sugar, and cacao butter, and lecithin, and milk. So I don't know what that is, but not my favorite. Maybe that's why it's on clearance. So that's going under the Lindt. Sorry, Dagoba. You weren't very good, but that's okay. We still love you because you tried. And trying's all that matters. Okay, need a palate cleanser. Any excuse to eat dark chocolate and drink wine in the middle of the day is a good one. Okay, now we are moving on to the Theo 85% dark chocolate. It's organic, fair trade, and I don't know, I've never really heard of this one before, so let's try it. I feel like Willy Wonka. No, Charlie. I feel like Charlie from the Chocolate Factory. You know, at the very beginning of that movie when they have like those bars and they're just eating them? Okay, now these are very large squares. They're about the same size as the Ghirardelli squares, so if you're used to those, same size. Some of these bars have very small, thick squares. These are very thin, large squares, if you can see. I don't know how I feel. It's okay. It's not bad at all. There's just no punch to it, right? There's no distinctive flavor. It just tastes like your average dark chocolate bar. I do not think it's better than the Lindt, but I do think that it's better than the Dagoba. So Theo, you right now are not doing so hot. Right now, I know this looks messy on camera, but right now Endangered Species is still on top, so that one's still winning. Okay, we're kind of going out of order because I didn't notice that the Green and Blacks was cheaper than the Theos, but the Green and Blacks, which you can find pretty much anywhere, is $3.28 for the entire bar, and that's for 3.5 ounces, and that comes to about 94 cents per ounce. I think I've tried this one once. I don't really remember. Yeah, this one's already, I can tell, is a thicker bar. I love how they wrap it in gold. Like, chocolate is just edible gold, basically. Yep, and you have like these very tiny squares that are a lot thicker. So, let's try. This one is very good. It's breaking my heart a little. I'm gonna have to compare this one back with the Endangered Species, because right now, Ghirardelli is second on top, but this one's better than the Ghirardelli, I think. But let's go back to the endangered species and find out which one tastes better. Maybe it's just an excuse to eat more chocolate, who knows? The endangered species, I'll tell you what, this one has something about it that just makes it taste really unique. This one's very good. It's almost as sweet as the Ghirardelli, but it doesn't taste quite as sweet. I do like this, but I don't know, this one's just reminding me of like a bowl of chocolate ice cream, and I'm really loving it right now. So this one is still on top. But we have two left that I've never ever tried, and they don't even sell them at Walmart. I had to go to Publix to find them. But I hear so many people in the keto community talk about these, and it's the Lilies. Now these were the most expensive chocolate bar. They came out to $4.29 each, and that's about $1.43 per ounce. I'm gonna start with the original, and then I also have the almond. Now this 3-ounce bar was the most expensive one. But I think you're paying for that because they use stevia instead of sugar. And so for half the bar, it would come out to about 10 grams of net carbs if you just subtract the fiber. But also there's erythritol, so if you subtract your sugar alcohols, that comes out to about 4 grams of net carbs. I don't do sugar alcohols just because I would just overeat then anyway, but some people do. So if you do that, it might be something to look into. But again, it is very expensive. For the smallest bar, it was $4.29. Okay, again, we have these tiny, tiny squares. But it does look like gold, right? Like, I don't know, chocolate is synonymous with gold to me, and it always comes in gold, doesn't it? I don't know how I feel about that. There's almost a gritty, not a grittiness, but it's not very smooth. I'm not sure. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, let's cleanse the palate and try again. I really want to like this because it's so low carb, and so many people in the keto community love it and talk about it. There's just something about it. It's got an artificial sweetener taste to it. No, I'm not opposed to artificial sweeteners. I use Splenda. If you checked out my cheesecake video, I use Splenda there, and I use it for pretty much anything that I bake on keto. But the erythritol is not my favorite. Don't get me wrong, it's still very good, and it would definitely hit that sweet craving, and it is very low carb compared to the other bars. But taste-wise, this one might go under the Ghirardelli. I'm sorry. So it's kind of in the middle, taste-wise. So I know, you can't really tell, because this is a mess. Maybe I'll just like post something here where you can see all the, outcomes of the taste test. Okay, then lastly, we have the Lily's almond. It's very similar. It was the same price, so $4.29 for the 3-ounce bar, which came out to $1.43 per ounce. But it was a little bit higher in calories and lower in carbs somehow. Okay, so let's try this. I haven't had a chocolate bar with nuts in it ever since before starting keto, because they're always too high in carbs. Like, they never have enough darkness to the chocolate. So, I don't know, I can never eat those. But again, the tiny squares, and you can see like all the nuts and the backside, so I'm kind of excited. Ooh, folks. Ooh, folks. This is good. Okay, this one, guys, I think we found it. I think we found the best chocolate bar, and it's the nuts. The nuts did it. Because yeah, you can still like understand that it's not sweetened with sugar, but the nuts like really just add a little bit more flavor to kind of cover that up. And it's so good, and I love almonds, like one of my favorite foods. Okay, I can get fat off of almonds. So I'm thinking that this one is going to go on top of our little chocolate pile here. I really do think that the almonds brought it home for this one. So the Lily's with the almond has been my favorite tasting one that we've done so far. Okay, so here is our final result for my favorite. Number 1 was the Lily's, and then my least favorite was the Dagobah. And number 2 was the endangered species, which this one was really good. It had a really distinct flavor. This one though, those almonds really brought it home, and it covered up that, artificial sweetener taste. Now, if we rated these by carb count and we took the 2 lowest carb count bars out of the equation, then those would come out to be the endangered species and the Lindt, tying for number 1 in lowest carb count at 2.1 net grams per 12 grams of weight. And then again, the cheapest was the lint. I mean, this stuff, I buy 2 bars. Usually they're like $2 for $5 or something. So, I mean, like I'm on a budget all the time, so it's always the more available, cheaper ones. I really like the Ghirardelli, and the lint gets me by, and you know, I've used it ever since starting keto. But since it is the end of Vlogmas, and my last video I talked about good Christmas gifts you could get for people, maybe a good stocking stuffer would be a higher end chocolate. I would definitely recommend the Lily's Almond and the Endangered Species 88% for a keto person, maybe as a stocking stuffer. Huh? But again, it's all coming down to personal taste, and that is mine for this video. But let me know down below which one of these is your favorite, or do you have a different one that I just couldn't find? Because I like looked all through my grocery stores every time I went, and so that's all I could find in my area. But let me know if you have a different one that you enjoy. Well folks, that is about it for today. I hope that you have enjoyed Vlogmas 2018. I think this will be the last video in this little series. I won't see you guys till after Christmas, and then we'll get back to our regular programming, talking mostly about keto and weight loss and weight maintenance and all that good stuff. That's always fun to talk about too. But I did enjoy just getting this time to share what life is all about for me with you guys, and just, you know, talking about everyday stuff that didn't have to really do with weight loss or anything like that. So I hope that you enjoyed. Speaking of stocking stuffers, what about a really good present? Have I told you guys about Butcher Box? Butcher Box is the box from the butcher delivered straight to your door. If you use my unique code down below, you will get $20 off your first 2 boxes. That's a total of $40, and a package of free bacon, and that bacon is uncured and sugar-free. Again, if you use that link down below, you will get that nice little special deal, and you'll get this really cool bag. And I showed you guys this bag. This bag is insulated, and it's really thick, and it seems really strong, and you can put all of your good cold stuff in there and it'll stay cold. And I mean, it's just a nice little bag. What do you know what I'm saying? Don't you want this? Again, if you use that link down below, you'll get that special coupon, and I think it would make a really great gift. I would love to get lots of meat, you know, that would take care of lots of my meals, help me out with my groceries for a little bit. So if you'd like to send that to a person for Christmas, that special deal is available until the end of December 31st, and then it goes away. I hope you enjoyed having this special time in the little Christmas corner for the last few weeks, and I hope that you guys have a great holiday season and a very, very happy and safe new year. Really guys, be safe, make good decisions, and be safe on the roads too if you're going out. Well, that's about it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to find me on social media, I have a Pinterest and Instagram, a blog, and Facebook. I will see you guys next time. My name's Allie. Have a good one. Bye.